All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back with part two of my favorite throwback games. With two honorable mentions. One will be shout out to the Point Place family. Let's start off with the honorable mention, folks. One would be NBA in the Zone 98. I know a lot of people didn't play this game, but me and Fadeaway burnt this game up to a T. It was a great game for us at the time where the graphics were crap, but back then we didn't care. All we wanted to do was just play. And we would have the Rodzilla tour because we would put Dennis Rodman on any team and play with Dennis Rodman against the whole league of the NBA. But NBA in the Zone was one of my favorite games on PS, Nintendo 64. And that's just the way that it is with that there, what I had. I liked it. I liked the game. And so, because of that, I will put that as an honorable mention. I know a lot of people ain't going to like it, but I'm going to put it as an honorable mention. NBA in the Zone. Also, another honorable mention is one of the greatest games of all time, Tetris. In fact, I got it as a Christmas gift, the board game. But I used to play Tetris on the Nintendo. Very, 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 very easy to play. Very, very easy to just diagram and stuff like that. I liked it. I liked the Tetris because at the time it was like Dr. Mario and Tetris were hand in hand. So yeah, I liked it. I liked the Tetris, and I still like it to this day. I like the game. I think the game was up, and you can enjoy Tetris. You can enjoy it. You can enjoy playing Tetris still this day. All right, now on to the top 10. Number 10, WCW versus NWO Revenge on Nintendo 64. Man, that was one of the greatest games to ever, ever, ever make. Me and my boy, shout out to Bobby Reezy. Bobby Reezy had the game on Nintendo 64. And we would play that game all day long until his mama and his stepdad would tell him, it's time for y'all cut that game off. Got to go home. He got to get ready for school. Those were the days, man. But yeah, that was the greatest game to me because in my book, I liked that game because the character I was on the game, I was the Raven character. I would always want to do the regular DDT and call it a game. DDT. That's it. That's all I was good for on there. DDT, DDT, DDT. So that's what I did to play the WCW NWO Revenge game. It was great. It was great on there, and I liked it. A lot of people liked that game. It was one of the greatest WCW games that ever came out on there because WCW had games on PS1 back in the day, games, and also had games on Nintendo 64, especially the other one, WCW World Tour, which is not on the list, but it was good too. But that was number 10. Number 9, another wrestling game that I still play to this day, WWF No Mercy on 64. The greatest wrestling game on Nintendo 64. Better than the Raw Warzone, better than the WrestleMania 2000 was great. But that game did not have nothing. Listen to me closely. That game did not have nothing on WWF No Mercy. Not nothing. It was great, but it was not good as this. And if you look through the characters, the WCW, WWE, WWF game, excuse me, they had some of the same. THQ left some of the stuff in the game for WCW versus NWO. So you'll see all that too as well go on. But that was one of the greatest games. WWF No Mercy on Nintendo 64 was great. And I still play that game to this day. Number 8, Double Dragon. Oh my God, I love Double Dragon. Double Dragon was good for business, folks. Da, 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 da. Double Dragon was great for business. I loved playing Double Dragon. And I wish I could still play it, but I know that on the PS4 they had the original game on there as a part of, you know, the games that you could buy off the PlayStation Store. It was great. It was great to play that. I loved it. I beat it, and I'm ready to play it again. But that's Double Dragon, number 8. Number 7, one of the greatest games of all time, folks. Some of the greatest games of all time. Let me say this, the greatest games of all time. Atari, first game, Pac-Man. Who didn't like Pac-Man? I love Pac-Man. I just didn't like it when it got faster after the. It was a game that you flipped. It wasn't a game that you won. It was a game that you flipped just to try to flip your score on it. That's why you played it. You played, excuse me, to build up your score. It was great though. Listening to the little Pac-Man. And I had the Pac-Man, the little handheld with the little batteries, the A batteries you put in there. I gave it to my friend, to my best friend, and she I think she still has it, or I think she said somebody got it or something. I don't know, but I gave it to her because she liked it Pac-Man as well. So I gave it to her. But number 7, get your Atari. They still got them these days. In fact, I got the little small one they just came out with that I got for Christmas. I've never hooked it up, so I don't know what's all on it. But I will one day hook it up and see what's on it. Pac-Man's number 7, I'm quite sure it's on there. Number 6, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the first game on Nintendo. I used to stay up all night playing this game. Me and Pretty Boy Slate, shout out to Pretty Boy Slate. I remember that grandma, Grandma Bertha, bless her soul, shout out to Grandma Bertha, used to tell me to get off of this game and go to sleep. Why you keep playing this? Because I wanted to beat it, you know. And I looked at it on YouTube and I saw the big effects, the big effects of it when you play the Ninja Turtles. It's what's up. And I see that they remade them and had them like Turtles in Time game. So I have to check that out and see what that's about as well. But Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Nintendo, yeah. This was way before my baby sister was even born. My baby sister wasn't even born when this game came out. So you know it's a long time ago. Number 5, Tecmo Bowl, Nintendo. Played it, loved it. Used to go down there and just throw the ball, go about 10 yards out and just launch the ball. Very fun to play. Like the little tune. Dun, 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 dun. Great for business. Joe Montana, Dan Marino, John Elway, the quarterbacks that were on there. Yes, they were. Tecmo Bowl on Nintendo goes down. I also want to call in another honorable mention before I go to number 4. Madden 95. Yes, I played it. I used to lose on it because I used to play it on hard. I used to lose on Madden 95. But I played it and I enjoyed it. Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. Yes, Madden 95, folks. Get it. Super Nintendo, get it. Great game. Number 4, Street Fighter, Super Nintendo. Me and one of my homeboys used to play this all the time. Love Street Fighter. One of my favorite players on there was Ryu. Ken was great too. Chun-Li was good. Bison, all those boys. I played with all of them because I wanted to see how good I was playing against all of them. And Street Fighter's still around. Street Fighter's probably been around for like 35, 40 years, close to it, if I'm not mistaken. Something like that. I'm not going to say 40, but about 35 years. And it's a great game. It's a great game to watch, a great game to play. Street Fighter, folks. Number 3, Mortal Kombat. If you had it on Sega or if you had it on Super Nintendo, Mortal Kombat was the game. It was very graphic, but it was the game. I used to play this at my homeboy house too. The game was very graphic, but the fighting on there was great. My dad even watches and likes Mortal Kombat. My dad watched me play Mortal Kombat because he was like, man, is this the game? Because my mom, Mama Cookie, bless her soul, didn't want us playing games like this, especially fighting games where they show blood. Didn't want us playing that. But this one, when we were playing it on Nintendo 64, I played it when I had it on Super Nintendo. I didn't never have a Sega Genesis, but I had a Super Nintendo. But Mortal Kombat is still going on to this day. Still to this day. One of the hottest video games around. It keeps evolving. And it's been out for like 25, close to 30 years as well. But I'm here to tell you, man, Mortal Kombat keeps evolving. And we'll see what's the next chapter of that. Number 3, Mortal Kombat. Number 2, ladies and gentlemen, one of the greatest basketball games on Super Nintendo, NBA Jam. He's on fire. For the buzzer. We had the codes to get certain people on this game. Jordan, Will Smith. There are guys like that played that you could use as a code to put on NBA Jam. Man, even NBA Jam was the stuff, man. I played that on Super Nintendo. I used to play that all night. I tried to beat all 29 teams one night, and the game stopped playing. It did. It stopped playing on me, man. And I was just trying to figure out, what else could I do? Now, I would buy a Super Nintendo to get NBA Jam. That's no lie. If I was looking on eBay, yeah, I'd try to get me an NBA Jam game. I would try to get it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just telling you, what it is, man, because I liked it, NBA Jam, me, folks. No lie about it. Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. But I love NBA Jam. And number 1 is an all-time classic. One of the first games I had on Nintendo, Super Mario 1. Dun 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 dun. And you talking about one of the greatest, one of the greatest creations in Nintendo history, Super Mario. No disrespect to the Legend of Zelda, but Zelda has their thing. But I'm here to tell you, those guys had it, folks. When Mario hit the scene, it was what it is. It was up. It was up, and he's been up ever since. Mario's been up because every generation knows about Super Mario. From the old school to the new class, they know about Super Mario. And Super Mario is what it is. Like Super Mario 1, the turtle tip trick that gets you a lot of men on board 3-1, almost at the end. You got that. Then you got, all these other things. Cooper, you got to fight Cooper in every board. Every board you're fighting Cooper. Princess was, kidnapped. And so you had to keep going through 1 through 8 to try to, get the princess back. Warp zone tricks, 1, 2 would take you to board 2, take you to board 3 and 4. Then you had 4, 2, where you go up and it take you to 5, 6. Was it 5, 6, 7, 8? Or something like that. I think it was board. It's one of them. I can't remember. But I would cheat to go to the boards. I didn't want to play all the boards, even though I did. But I didn't want to do it. And Super Mario will always be the greatest game on Nintendo. The greatest game of all time on Nintendo. If anybody don't like my list, let me know. I'm not here to argue with anybody. But yep, those are my favorite throwback video games. That's part 2 of it. I hope you enjoyed. God bless you. God keep you. I'm out.